Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? I sounded like Charlamagne. I shouldn't have did that. That was just so boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Right? What's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy James. I'm here live once again. Your boy James, live with the I Just Think Different podcast. Once again, this is James with the I Just Think Different podcast. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I got my man Harold here with me from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Bay Area,
Yes,
back in the
sir,
building,
born and
man.
raised. I'm proud to be. A full name Harold John Shields Jr. When I do my music, I go by Harold John, and when I do educational stuff or professional stuff, I go by Harold Shields. And my wife and I have the Shields and Talbot podcast, and I'm happy to be here with you, brother.
Now that's what that is. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. It's Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Day. I want to say something right on Martin Luther King Day. I made a post about this, but I'll say it live. I'll say back in '55, that's when Emmett Till died. And Rosa had to park just to civilize rights. Yo, I'm talking about the movement. She had the heart to do this, and we ain't got to sit in the back because she proved it. Back in '63 in the D, Doc was dreaming, but in present day, still seems that we sleeping. So all 4 seasons, I'ma do this for a reason, for my people to rise up and knowledge start seeking. You know what I'm saying? So that was, you know what I'm saying? That was something I wrote.
Follow that. I'm gonna let that just breathe.
Man, that was just something I wrote years ago, man, and I never used it appropriately. I have to finish that thing and make it come together. But it was perfectly used just now on Martin Luther King Day 2022, man. We here
Yes, sir.
in the building. I Just Think Different podcast. All right, let's go. So Harold, man, check it out. Let's get right into this thing, man. What I want to get into is culture and people, man. So I want to figure out, and I want to know, why is it so hard for us to get to really gain that trust and establish the real relationship? What am I really trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that why is it so hard for us to come together, unite, and move forward in positive a format and make positive things happen, rather than to get snaked, to get backstabbed, and so forth. From what I see, a lot of people that get injured or have a lot of issues is usually inside, usually come from home. They always say the people closest to you do you wrong. The people closest, always people close to you. So that means somebody inside is close. So if they on the outside, they don't get to you as fast, right? If it's on the outside, you're on the outside, you're not getting to me. So I'm trying to figure out why.
There's always a Judas, or we can go down the list of examples, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right. So let's stick with that. So say it is a Judas, right? In Judas' situation, what did he do? Well, he sold out Yahshua for a bag. All right. So you sold out your man for a bag. Before that, your man already told you that you was gonna sell him out for a bag. So your man's already conscious on you. So usually that means you know who go get you. All right. So you already feel a way about somebody in your crew, but you really ain't said nothing. You just let it play out, right? You already knew. So Judas goes and play the bag and play his role. What's so bad about that particular situation is that when he did it, the people that he gave the information to didn't even know who they was looking for. They just heard the name. Because what did he say? Oh, I'm gonna go kiss him, and that's all you know who it is. Wait a minute, but I thought y'all already knew who y'all was looking for. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know who you look. So that also let me know that
that's like
the
Michael and Fredo.
people that's around you are similar. You hang around people that's like you, right? So now the circle that's how people want to move. People want to move in a circle where it's them, right? So now I got like-minded people around me. And it's the like-minded people is the one that finished me off? That can't be.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. It's really interesting because I was just having a conversation about that. One of my Masonic brothers, Carlton Williams, I watched him on the steps of the state capitol in Sacramento give a speech. He's in the cannabis industry, and he's really trying to get some things done in terms of equitable opportunities for those that are in the legal cannabis industry. And I was also talking to my wife too about betrayal and Judases and things of that nature. The way that I see it is you have to remain hyper vigilant, and at the same time, your faith has to be just as strong because every single day there's an opportunity for somebody to penetrate your circle, or even for somebody who's in your circle to change. So first and foremost, I keep my faith in God, and second of all, I just keep my eyes open, head on a swivel, whatever you want to say. But that faith keeps me sane and keeps me content and happy.
What about that faith is so key that gets you grounded, man? Elaborate on that a little bit. What's so strong about your faith that you can tell other people that, hey, man, I found out that going by this has really gotten me to get built up real strong?
I mean, I think I was raised in the church, so that was like my foundation. But also, it's like evidence throughout the years, I guess you could say. Like, I'm here, so obviously, they say, like, lean not to thine own understanding. Like, when I think about my youth and think about, I thought I was the one in charge. I thought I had the plan, but it's not my plan. It's God's plan. You know what I mean? And so, at the end of the day, like, I'm not in control. You know what I mean? I'm just controlling myself and my actions, and the rest of it is up to the Most High. So that's where the faith comes in. It's just the recognition that I'm not in control anyway. So like, why even pretend? You know?
All right. So let me ask you this: if we know we're not in control, and we give it up to Yah, why do we still be running into these brick walls, man? Why do we still make ourselves go through stuff that we shouldn't even have to go through?
Because we're imperfect. We're all flawed human beings. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we're just what's that saying? We're just spiritual beings living a human experience, right? So it's like all that's gonna ebb and flow because we're human. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody gets to a point that I know of, and it's like for the rest of your days, like you're just good. Like nah, those emotions are gonna come. Changes are gonna happen, and so for me, the faith keeps me grounded, and I think for a lot of other people, it does the same. But that doesn't mean that we don't make mistakes. We still make mistakes. It's just we try to learn from them.
All right. So if I don't learn from my mistake and I keep doing the same thing, would you call that an addiction?
Yeah, I guess so, depending on the specifics of the situation.
All right. So I'm addicted because I keep doing the same thing over and over. At what point do I learn and it's no longer an addiction, but it's also something that I'm dealing with? So let's just say me throwing apple at a wall every day for 365 days. I just have to do it before I leave the house, And I don't know, I stopped. I stopped. Would they think something was wrong with me after I stopped, or is it just a good thing to step away from your addiction? The point of what I just said was, if you look at your situation and you say, man, I know I continuously keep doing this and it's a problem, and I probably should learn from my mistakes. My mistake, I keep doing it, but I haven't. But the minute I do, that means I have consciously learned from my mistake. That means I'm getting better. That means I'm moving forward. That means I'm a newer person now, right? You can't treat me the same because I changed. Now, it may take a long time when I understand what's going on. It may take years before I understand what was really going on, but at least I understood it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give me that time. You don't know. That problem is you don't know that time. That could, again, like I said, it could be years. Now you gotta be on the other side of that with the patience, right? If we really working with a person, right? So it's the person with the problem, and then the person on the other end that's going to try to help the problem with the patience, because you gotta have that in order to help the problem, right?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, you used You use the word addiction, and for me, that resonates because I had challenges with alcohol for many years, and I actually got sober. And I mean, I'm sipping on some right now. Let me be honest, but I'm saying like the first time I was consistently sober started in 2014 in San Francisco, and I went through the program Alcoholics Anonymous with my sponsor and with the San Francisco community, and it really illuminated a lot of things for me about me. And I think that, they say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Mm.
But what if things change around you and you're not doing the same things anymore? Like maybe that person still indulges in that thing that everyone thought was so problematic for years, but their entire life is different. Like their entire life has changed, and doing that doesn't cause the same problems that it used to because maybe the person changed. That's just an example. But I mean, we could talk about it with anything that. And the other thing I always like try to, because language is really important, right? Like a person doesn't have a problem. A person just may be engaging in behavior that's problematic. Because I feel like when you start seeing people as problems, and then you mentally strip away their humanity, and you somehow diminish who they are. Like our couples therapist was talking to us maybe a couple of weeks ago and was just saying like if you only see a person as an alcoholic, you see him as a problem. You're not seeing the human being that may be on their journey as we all are. So it's like I just think language is important, and I think that how we look at each other, we should look at each other with more respect and like more empathy and understanding, regardless of what that person specifically is engaging in terms of their behavior.
Okay, now how do you suppose we go about building that trust and that respect in a relationship?
There's only one way to do it, brother, and that's work. Like nothing worthwhile comes easy. We got to have conversations. We got to be willing, I think, to listen to people and to not. You were saying this last time we talked on here. Like, don't assume anything. Listen to somebody. Let them tell you their story. Appreciate them for who they are as an individual. It's the same way. Like with my philosophy on education. Like you got to listen to the child. Don't you know, try to decide what's best for a young person. Like listen to that young person tell you how to support them. And then you go from there. Then you strategize together. And now it's not you trying to fix a quote unquote problem. Now it's you and that young person working together to help build a future for them.
So it sounds like it has to be some. Well, it has to be a
Difficult
lot of patience.
conversations.
Gotta be a lot of patience, and
Yeah, it's not easy.
to let go of ego.
Yes. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
that
a
should be the
difficult.
first thing.
Okay.
Hey, when you let go of your ego, you can fly like one. Look, you know what I'm saying? But
Bars.
everybody want to be fly. But hey, if you airborne, hey man,
he on his
hey man,
he on his stuff right now.
look, man. I'm just saying. Sometimes, no, a lot of times, all the time, you should just be straight up honest with the person that you're dealing with, man, and just let them know what's going on. That's anybody that you come in contact with. Just be
Yeah.
100% official with them, because I'm gonna tell you something. Um, you got a PlayStation console, you got two joysticks, you got a TV, you got the game, it's loaded up, but it can't play itself.
Right.
So you engage. So that's what I'm saying. We as human beings, we engage. We get ourselves involved with stuff we really shouldn't be involved with. But you know, that's when we hit the
Yeah,
brick
I
wall.
think.
That's when we end up having the issues, and then that's when we start having insecurities and trust issues and different things. But mind you, all this stuff is built from adolescence, right? So mind you, this is all established from the
Even
household,
earlier.
from my
Yeah.
mom and dad, right?
hmm
Right, mom and dad, because that's who raised you, right? Initially,
If you're
parents,
fortunate, yeah.
yeah, parents,
Yeah.
right? Generally, right? So generally getting raised by your parents, if your household feels shifty, then you kind of come out feeling shifty. But my generalization of things, I feel like most households were shifty, right? But the problem is nobody really wants to talk about that, right? Because how do you really talk about
in our
something like,
community, especially, like, and I can only speak from my experience, but yes, like that was a big thing in my household. Is like what happens in this house stays in this house.
see?
And I was just talking to my wife about this. It's like, without getting too specific, it's like my parents can't fool me because I know who they are. Like the world may see them one way in terms of job titles and economic fortitude and like this prestige or whatever, but a parent cannot hide themselves from their kids because their kids see everything. You think a child doesn't see you or hear you? Like we see everything. We know you better than you may even know yourselves. And so, but in our community, like what happens in the household once again stays there. And then I think things are changing in terms of like mental wellness and that being more acceptable. But I think like that's just so big, man. Like everybody, if they can afford it, like everybody should be engaging in some sort of mental wellness practices, especially in our community.
Now check that out. When you involve yourself in that, I'm going to talk to a person, right?
Right.
This person is listening. In order for a person to listen, there has to be a person talking. Those two things combined is communication.
Yes.
So you have to communicate with at least one other person in order to get what you got that's bothering you out. All right. So it's learned at a later age, though. It should be caught at like an adolescent state, because usually when you go around a kid, they not really like lying or telling. They're usually straightforward and telling the truth. You know,
Yeah.
the kid, you ask a kid, yeah, and you ask a kid something, they go tell you the whole hookup.
They're gonna tell you, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because they're natural, man. They still have that God-given state, in my opinion. So a kid will tell you the truth until they get socialized, whether it's at home or at school, to lie. Like that's not natural for a kid to lie. They learn that somehow.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you another. Well, here's the thing.
I mean, most of the time, right?
Yeah.
You like,
Yeah, man. because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because the simple fact of you can see a kid, they be in the kitchen. Hey, check it out. They over there in the corner, got their hand in the cookie jar. Hey, what you over there doing? Nothing. You just lied. So it's a lie. It's kind of natural, but it's not really. But that type of thing wasn't really a lie, but it was like a lie. You know what I'm saying? So now we getting all.
There's a second part to that though. It's like whoever caught them literally with their hand in the cookie jar, whether it's their parent, their uncle, their auntie, their cousin, whoever, caretaker, or there's a second part to that. Why won't you sit that kid down instead of like chastising them for lying? Why don't you actually sit down, look them in the eye, and say, "Look, you don't have to lie to me, and this is what happens when you lie," and go down there and give that wisdom of an older person instead of just
exactly. And that's the aftermath.
Something wrong with them, because what that does is that affects self-esteem.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But a lot of us have been handed that.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, and didn't really know who to talk to about it. So that's why you get 30 plus years old now and be like, man, 15 years ago, man, I was, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't think about it 15 years ago. Like, I'm 20 years out of the Artist to Philadelphia, didn't graduate, but was living downtown Philadelphia 20 years ago. I live in Pennsylvania now. So 20 years later, you still live in the same state, but you didn't live there the whole 20 years. So things come back around. You live in CA to PA, Kappa game. You know what I'm saying? Coast to coast.
We're gonna hashtag that.
Yeah, man. Kappa news.
I told my wife, I was like, yeah, CAPA. She was like, yeah, I like that. She was smiling. She was like, yeah, that's gonna work.
That's Kappa news, man. You heard it first,
Mm-hmm.
man. Here, I Just Think Different podcast. By the way, this is your host of the I Just Think Different podcast, James. Got my man here with me. And
Yes,
he a cool
sir.
brother, nice brother, man, out here putting real work in the community.
Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Really
Happy.
changing kids' lives out here. I know a lot of people be talking about stuff that they're doing, but this brother got footprints out here in the states of, the United. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man. I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. Man. So yeah, man. I just had to figure out what was going on about that, man, because this is Martin Luther King Day. And with Martin Luther King Day, he had a dream, and a dream for everybody to get along. So how do we get along if we not even sitting here listening to each other, having a conversation? How do we get along if we're not saying, look, what you just did bothered me, so let me explain what you just did bothered me, and then we're going to deal with that. And then we're not going to move forward until that is understood. And now we have an understanding. Now we can now move forward positively because we got that situation knocked out. We're not going to let that happen no more because we clear. All right. So now moving forward, like we shouldn't even be dealing with that no more. Right. But the problem is, and then when you get stiffed again, now you feel disrespected. Right. Because it is disrespect at this point. I told you what bothered me and you did it. That's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's not disrespect if you ain't told. Right. So you can assume. That's what I said. You can assume. You can assume. You can assume. You can assume. Let's say where I come from, I used this example before. Where I come from, hey man, as soon as we see people, we spit on them. Now spitting on somebody, you might get killed immediately. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's my culture, my people, where we come from. Hey, we've been doing this for decades and years. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Oh my man, excuse me. I understand all that you got going on with your culture and bro. If you spit on me again, hey yo, you know what I'm saying? You might not exist, dog. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Just that's the thing that we do. So again, with being disrespected, you gotta at least know that you're disrespecting somebody. Somebody gotta at least let you know, hey man, that was disrespect. I felt the way. I felt disrespected. So now we gotta have change action. But now I do the same thing immediately, dog. I'm not listening to what you're talking about. Now we got a problem immediately, man. It's just immediate because everybody want that listen to me now, do as I type of vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just want to be heard. If everyone
thinks they're right, we're going to have some very serious issues. The way I see it is like I'm never right. I just want to be righteous. So like if I can speak from the heart and I can show everyone respect, and I can, most importantly, I would say, like, listen to my elders, especially if I'm having a challenge. If there are older folks that are wiser that I can talk to and who can give me some really good advice, like, that's really important. And when it comes to people our age or younger or whatever having conflict, like, I feel like this. Everybody has somebody that they respect, right? Even if it's only one person, everyone has somebody who's like their general, and they will listen to that person. So if everyone has that, then like maybe these so-called bosses or like these people who are leaders in the community, maybe they need to be the ones that talk, and then we can just kind of like disseminate the respect and the love top down. Because I think we need to go back to that communal space, man. Like everybody has a voice, everybody can say something, and in the end, like we need to come to a consensus on like decisions that involve, everybody. Your life is your life, but when you do things that affect other people, I think you should have, some acknowledgement of that.
Perfect. Glad you said that, man. Shout out to my dad. R.I.P. man. His birthday was yesterday. Would have been 73. He told me. Told me. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. He told me, man, hey, when you do something, when you do something to others and you hurt others, you wrong. But as long as you hurt yourself, you're all right. It's when other people become affected is when you become wrong. But I don't know I wronged you until you kind of let me know that we in this life where we are you supposed to know that you was wrong. But again, that if I know I'm wrong, I'm going on an assume level. We ain't supposed to be doing none of that. So if I did something out of line at that time, you gotta drop it right then and there and say, look, man, like we can't go forward with that no more. Don't even mention that no more. You see what I'm saying? But we let stuff build up over time, back cool, and then hey, one day somebody said something and it was
and
they ain't had no chance. They ain't had no chance because we should have already been breaking things down and already healing those past wounds that even happened. Then we gotta people gotta come to terms too of why are we so emotional. You see what I'm saying?
You know, everyone's emotional, whether or not
so
they
offensive.
show it to the general public. You know, that's just, if you're not emotional, then you're a robot or an android or a clone or something. You know what I mean? It's just it's
Well, I
how
must be
you.
cloned. I'm cloned. I'm out here. Zzz, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. Like,
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is like the external manifestation of emotion, like when it's clearly visible to other people that you're going through an emotional thing. Like that's what you mean, right?
if you clearly going through something that you can see, then that ain't no denying that. That's cool. But I'm talking about like
Yeah.
the
Oh, you talking? Okay.
I'm talking about the what do we call it? What's that word? What we be doing? We just making up stuff. You going onto your own brain, just coming up with scenarios and schemes and plots that's not even happening. You being insecure
you're
about
like
something,
spiraling,
yeah, just
whatever.
think, yeah, your mind just
Yeah.
going on, think about it. Just be, hey, okay. An example: we work together. Excuse me. We work together. I come in to work with you. We work together 7 days. I haven't spoke to you in 7 days. After speaking to you the first day, so really it's 8 days total. So 1 out of them 8 days I spoke to you. I ain't talked to you the rest of them. After that, do you feel like I don't like you? It's a bad vibe or something like that just because we're not talking? What I'm saying is, just because somebody's not talking to you, we get to assume, oh, they don't like me, or this person ain't cool, or we not realizing
Man,
like
it's
sometimes
like,
people
you
ain't
have
yo.
no idea what's going on in someone else's head. You really don't.
Yeah. And at the same time, if you ain't got nothing good to say, you shouldn't be saying it at all. So we gotta establish these rules, man. These rules gotta be established. Look at how all the laws are written, but really, y'all gave us 10 commandments that lay the foundation beautifully, and you follow those. You can't lose. But we won't make up our own game. Because that's what man want to do. Man controls. Man, I say what's going on, right? I make these rules up, and then I make you go pay the price for it, because who you think you are? You ain't bigger than me. You ain't telling me what to do. I know you not doing that. That's the vibe, right? Why? But why? Where did that energy come from, though, to make you feel like you was the giant? Because giants get knocked down. If you a human,
Oh yeah,
you
David
can
got
die.
Goliath.
All right?
Oh yeah.
If you a human, you can die. If you a living mammal,
We
you
all
can
gonna
die.
That's
So,
a guarantee.
you know what I mean? Living organisms die. That's what we are. That's what plants are. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
but plants come back. We don't. We spiritual beings. We don't go nowhere. But to wherever Yah is, if you
I don't know what happens.
done
but,
things, you know what I'm saying?
I'm looking forward to it whenever it happens.
Me too. I'm going to say something else also. I just lost that thought. That fast. I was going somewhere with it. I was going somewhere real fast. Let me think. What was I going, man? You can ask something if you want. Let me think about that. I was going somewhere real good.
Nah, I was thinking about that control thing you were talking about.
Oh, the remote control? Or the control over a situation? Because people want to control you, man. That's the reality of human beings.
Yeah.
The reality of human being.
No, you're absolutely right. And this is something I've been thinking about, 30 odd years, is like When people want to control other people, then those are the kind of people you need to keep an eye on. I feel like those are the folks that are a threat to our security and domestic tranquility. I'm not saying that you need to move on them immediately, but you need to be watching them because a person should only want to control themselves. At least that's how I look at life. I only want to be in control of me. I don't want to
Right.
control nobody else. That's that, that's that plantation mentality. And I'm not with that. You do you and I do me. That's how I look at it.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel, man. So the problem is people still jump into assumptions without asking what's going on. But then when you give them the answer, it's not taking at face value. It's still taking at that wasn't legit. Oh, that wasn't. Oh, it's still funny business with it. So
Hmm.
the more you communicate, or the more a
Yeah.
person can remove their ego and all this
Hmm.
stuff they got going on, and really just take people for what they saying. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's okay. I use another example. If me and you ride in a car, I say, man, you hungry? You want something to eat? Yeah. I say, what you want? You say McDonald's, and I pull up at Burger King. Now, what was the point of me asking you what you wanted to eat? You see what I'm saying?
I
People
feel you. I
people
think I
do
know
that
where
all
you're
the
going.
time. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what, man?
Ask
This
you
just
something and
reminds
then
me.
do something different.
Right, right. This, like, I feel so blessed that I had the opportunity to be a middle school teacher, a public school teacher, because you really get to see young folks developing, and I don't know, it just taught me so much about life. It's like you can, like, first of all, like, no, but not everybody's going to listen to you, not everyone's going to agree with you, like, we know that intellectually, and yet for some reason sometimes we still feel like we're right and other people should agree with us. And there's nothing like more illuminating than being in a room full of like 12, 13, 14 year olds, you know what I mean, and realizing like, oh yeah, I am not in control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this ain't a dictatorship, this is a democracy for real. Because they're gonna let you know how they feel. They're gonna tell you maybe even things about yourself that you don't want to hear. But if you listen, it can make you, I think, not just a better educator, but a better person. And more than anything, I had the opportunity to like help someone and support someone in their growth. So it's like I kind of look at like any room that I go into is like a classroom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an opportunity for us to learn from one another, for us to all grow. Not for I'm cool. Like depending on the organization that I'm affiliated with or what the meeting is about or whatever, I'm totally cool walking to the room in like deference. I'm quiet. I'm listening. And that's it. But for so many other situations, it's like this could be communal. We could all be learning and growing and having a good time at the same time. You know what I mean?
And why you think it's so hard to establish that? Why you think it's so hard for people to just take things at face value, man?
Because it's, anything that involves people is going to be, it can be challenging because they're people, because we all go through things, because we all have our own lives, we all have our own challenges and triggers, and we all are, everybody, damn, what is that saying? It's like everyone is either about to go through something, going through something, or just coming out of going through something, right? So the immediate things would be like a family member dying, or like a relationship breakup, or maybe somebody just got evicted, or someone's kid, just got arrested. Like everybody is going through stuff. Hold on a second. Everybody's going through something, man. And like, I try not to forget that when I engage in conversations, especially with new people, because I don't want to assume that this person is even in a good place. I want to make sure that I'm being respectful in case they are going through something, and that won't affect our conversation. Like, I don't want to disrespect someone and like pile on to what they're going through. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be further a further detriment to somebody who's struggling with something. And
Now,
the
here's the
truth is,
thing.
we all struggling with something.
Perfect. Glad you said that. Segue right into what I'm saying. So if we all struggling with something, why is it that we can't really be there to assist that person or just be of service of that person, right? But that person gotta tell you what's going on though. Like you can't be hiding it. Like again, I can't assume you really got something going on, but I can sense it. I can kind of feel it. But again, like you said, I ain't want to embarrass. I'm saying, but the whole time, the other person might be wanting you to embarrass. Like, man, I wanted you to come over here and ask me how I was doing, but you never asked me how I was doing. And I'm like, dang. And you like, whoa,
Yeah,
like,
that's you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, I think you're
I'm
absolutely right. Like, we need to continue having conversations
mm,
because everybody's not on the same time, and there's levels to every relationship.
it
And
is. I'm gonna tell you how to break it.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you how to break it. Hey, this is real, man. This is yo. This is how you break through in any relationship that you in, right? First of all, you have to be 100% transparent, right? That means you have to be open and honest at all times, right? No lies, right? Then you have to not worry about you at zero time ever. You have to put 100% into them because they're supposed to do the same thing to you, even if they don't do the same thing to you, right? You still put 100% into that relationship, into that thing, because y'all got you. So if he got you, you ain't going through nothing that ain't, hey man, look, that ain't been done already, dog. You
Oh yeah,
are
yeah. There's
those
nothing new under
person
the
with the
sun.
biggest shoulders to carry the load. So what I'm saying is, you gotta
Mhm.
go in and say, you know what? I know this person is battling XYZ, but you know what? I am going to go in and help that by removing certain things or doing certain things or being available for whatever it is that it needs to be. And I'm never going to make it about me. Even when you piss me off, when you say something wrong, I can't argue back with you because that's not productive. And it's the
Mhm.
same thing we've been doing. And I'm trying to change. And the only way to change is to change, right? To stop
Mhm.
doing it, change behavior, and move forward and doing something else. But instead, we keep coming up with these lame ass excuses of why we keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then end up getting divorced. We end up losing relationships all over because
Mhm.
we not wanting to let go of our ego. We not ready to make the real sacrifice that it takes to really
Mhm.
break through the threshold in the relationship, and we don't know how to put y'all first.
Yeah, yeah. I think that at least for me really grind. Yeah, man, there's a lot in there, brother. I'm trying to unpack this. A lot of really good points. I think what is it? So with Alcoholics Anonymous, the third step is about letting go and giving yourself to your higher power, whatever that is. And
I'm
I'm telling you,
saying, see
brother,
what I'm
when I
saying?
actually when I actually did that and I let go, like my life just got better because like I realized I wasn't in control. My whole life I thought that I was in control, and that just led to more stress and more challenges and more difficulties in relationships because I was trying to control people. I was trying to control situations. But when I realized, oh, I'm not in control, I'm just gonna let go and let God, it was like, oh, my stress is gone. Like, oh, I don't have to worry no more because I'm
Right.
not in control anyway. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is like when it comes to relationships with people, no matter what type of relationship it is, expectations are something that we should really be conscientious of because expectations lead to disappointments. When you expect people to do something and they don't do it, you can get disappointed, you could get angry, you could get hurt. So like I try not to expect anything of anyone, and I really mean that. And especially people that I don't
See?
have a close relationship with because if I don't even know you, like why would I expect anything from you?
Yo, that's what.
That doesn't make any sense.
See what I'm
Um,
saying?
but
Or
everybody
even,
gets their own
even
situation.
why even have an expectation at all on anybody? Because look, look.
Ah,
At the end of the
okay.
day, nobody owes you anything, and nobody have to do anything for you. So the
That's
simple
right.
fact that they did let me know
Hmm.
God is real, and that's it. It let me know y'all is real because humans are tough. They don't want help. They don't want to do nothing. Right? I ain't gotta do all that to you. So
Hmm.
that I'm me, dog. I gotta do me and mine. Like me, my people. Like I don't I ain't got time to be helping you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Especially when you not doing nothing. If I can't see you ain't doing nothing. Oh no. See, that's another trigger for people, like, right? So but see,
Hmm.
but God told you, hey, have a willing, loving, giving heart. So you just gave naturally because that's what you
Right,
wanted to do. It
right.
ain't had nothing to do with
And
what I
humble
had going on.
yourself.
You gave up some cheese, or you gave up your time, or you
Hmm.
gave whatever it was out of your heart because that's what you
Hmm.
wanted to do, and it was kindness out of your heart. Now that's the reward right there. You change.
Hmm.
You putting things on another type of sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
right there is the start of something great. If you can
I got three
follow that
minutes,
type of
my brother.
path, my man, if you can follow that type of path, that is a good thing to get into. Now, with these last 3 minutes, man, what you want to get into and break down? You got anything that you want to get at people once again before you get out of here in 3 minutes?
Let me just bookend what you were saying because you're always giving some really good information. Um, I just want to book in that expectations piece. Is like if you don't expect anything from anyone, you might find yourself pleasantly surprised by the love and support that they give you. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I didn't expect you to do all that, but I'm thankful. It's like the Most High goes first. And then number two is, just try to be the best version of yourself. And expectations lead to disappointment. So keep that in mind.
Number one thing is don't have expectations, man. Again, you can't expect anything. You can't expect,
Hmm.
can't assume. Both of those are
I
seem like
think, yeah,
married to each
that's,
other. You know what I'm saying?
man,
You know, it's like uh, jealousy and envy. They married. You know, all these things
they very close. Yeah, they very intimate.
are personal emotions though that you don't even have to be that emotional about. That's what I'm saying. We cause our own problems and issues by making things up, assuming, man. We assume everything instead of just straight up asking. If you straight up ask and you got that response, cool. Okay, all right, cool. But you
Yeah,
just
now you know.
assuming,
Hmm.
nah, man. You can't go by that. You got to step into it and yo, put your foot down and say, hey, what's
Hmm.
up? Let's go to the store. Okay, great. Something simple, man. It ain't hard, man. Or just leave out the house. Like, man, you've been going 3 hours. Where you go? I mean, you could have left with me. Like, you see me leave, but you didn't ask. I mean, come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. People be playing games, bro. Like, nobody stopping you
We
from doing nothing.
might,
Just go.
hey, one of these things, we might have to do like just a whole episode about like relationship stuff. That might be interesting.
Yeah. There's so much in
Yeah,
there about relationships, man.
just
Cause,
like couple stuff. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, couple stuff is more specific. That's yeah.
I think that no,
I,
that's what I'm talking about. I
oh
think that would
okay.
be funny and informative. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it, man.
Hmm.
And say your 3 minutes is up, man. You almost about to
Yes,
get out of
sir.
here. So, Mr. Hare from the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? It's Capitan around
That's
here.
right, man.
Once again, man, it's almost 10 o'clock, man. It's almost 10 o'clock. Yo, wait.
Hmm.
I'm going at 1 o'clock in the morning over here. What am I doing up? I'm
Marinating
up
that
giving it to
oil.
y'all, man. We live. You know what I'm saying? I'm up podding,
Hmm.
hanging out with the people, hanging out with the folks because, this is something I like to do. I like to talk a lot whenever I get involved with talking. Once I get to going, it's a 454, man. And he just running, so gotta, no gas. We just electric, hybrid, whatever, man. Hey,
Hmm.
it's just an engine, we gone. You know what I'm saying? Bedrock
Yeah.
Flintstone. There it is.
Here we go, man. CAPA, man, that new Kappa podcast. We're going to do this weekly if this brother's schedule allows. You know what I mean? Keep liking and subscribing and tell a friend about the I Just Think Different podcast. And if you have some time, check out that Shields and Talbot podcast. married couple that are supportive of one another in friendship, love, and from time to time content.
Definitely check that out, man, because that's a beautiful thing, man. Anytime you get a marriage situation together that can share their marriage with the world to try to encourage other people to stay married and to be positive and to hold on, it's always a blessing and always a positive thing, man. So kudos to you, and I'm glad that you got your stuff kicked off the ground, man. And yo,
Appreciate you,
much
brother.
love to you, man.
Thanks to you. You the one that told me how to get it up and running. So thank you.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Hmm.
All right, man, Harold.
All right, brother. You have yourself a good night, man. I'm gonna talk to you soon. God bless.
All right, peace. All right, man. It's your boy James. I Just Think Different podcast. Yep, I'm here, man. So, it is Martin Luther King Day, and how do we move forward, right? How do you move forward with that dream that was out there for everybody getting along? Well, I just described some of those things to you. I just described how you could get down by simply humbling yourself and removing your ego. I mean, just simple stuff, man. It's hard to do, but not really. Not really. If you got joy out of pleasing other people, it wouldn't be hard. If you got joy out of knowing that positive energy when it was in the room, it wouldn't be bad. If you got excited knowing that you made a change and a difference in somebody's life, it wouldn't be hard. See, we come to our own conclusions and our own saltiness and our own emotions because, that's just what we choose to do. We be salty about things and we don't ever like to tell people what's going on. And then on the flip side of that, when you get told something, oh man, when you get told something, watch out when you get told something, man. You want to tear the whole building down, but at the same time, you got a grain of salt what's being told to you and then apply that to where it see fit, right? There's a point in time back in what was this, '05, yeah, 2005, right? 2005, man. I was working at a job, and yo, I be there, man. They call me Baby Huey, big baby, big baby, big baby. I'll say, oh man, what's going on with baby, big baby? Go over to my grandma. She said, oh, he's just a big baby. I said, oh man. And then I went around somebody else and I heard big baby. I said, damn, something, these three separate places, three different incidents, don't nobody know nobody. That means something about me is giving off big baby energy, dog. You either gotta change that or you go live in Big Bay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Big Baby no more. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you have to see and understand when it's a problem going on. You have to see and understand and know that, hey, there's a problem here. And on the other side of that, you can't be mad, when somebody trying to give you constructive criticism and really trying to correct you in the right way, because people could come off kind of harsh. They could come off harsh and bad, man. Nobody want to really be told anything, right? You don't want to be told nothing. I ain't got time to be hearing, yo, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do, bro? Like, yo, right? We don't want to hear all that, but when you sit back and listen and be like, yo, what they was really trying to say to me was really legit, and I was really out of line. Yo, I get caught up in it sometimes too, man. Over talking or saying things I probably shouldn't have. But I also can say, you know what, I shouldn't have said that, and say, you know what, I apologize for that, and yeah, I'm not gonna say that no more. I actually felt bad, because I didn't know it really bothered you like that. That's why I felt bad, because it bothered you like that. I didn't know before. So some fact that you telling me it bothers you now, so that's a crazy thing, I don't want to be that type of person. So make strides for different change. The only way to make a real apology is, change behavior. So you gotta change the things you do immediately, or deal with the consequences of sitting here, irritating someone, not being productive and making change. I told you that's what I'm about. That's what I Just Think Different podcast is about, man. Bridging the gap between race and people and bringing people together to have a conversation for growth and positive energy, man. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm about. And also, man, I'm here to be the light, man. I'm the light. Be the light, man. You the light too. If you exist, you the light. So when you step into the room, you gotta know that you can't step into a room and then feel the bad vibe and be like, nah, I don't want the vibe. I don't feel the vibe. Nah, you command the vibe. You're the vibe. People change when you get there, right? That's how you gotta take it. But don't take that arrogance with that. Just take the notion that, hey, when you step in the room, hey, people know it. They don't say nothing, but hey, and just take that. Just keep moving, because it ain't necessary for other stuff. We just trying to move through and establish positive things and good relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's what we trying to do. And we trying to get back to not being lazy. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think I was gonna record today. I didn't know if I wanted to record today, but at the same time, I know I needed to record today because it's the third episode. It's week 3. We in week 3, right? You know what I mean? So I have to give you 49 more episodes, right? Because that's what I'm doing. Going for 52 episodes this year. I'm trying to give you an episode a week, man. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm going to give you. So right now, what I'm going to do is, I've already invited some people up. Let me see what's going on over here. All right. What I'm going to do right now is play this. Think Different Podcast, man. Back with another week. It's James. My man Harold just left, man. We just chopped it up. We're gonna try to do something every week, man. Call it Kappa, CAPA. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all had a good Martin Luther King Day. I hope y'all did something positive today. Made change, made difference. If you blessed to hear my voice right now, I appreciate you. If you blessed to see me right now, I appreciate you as well. Y'all keep on doing good things, man. Y'all keep on thriving. Be that positive light and example for people around you, man. Don't ever let nobody tell you can't do nothing. You can do it all. You are your worst enemy. You are your worst stopper. Alright? I want to let y'all know right now, if you hear my voice, straight up, the world is yours. Nobody can take it from you. It's all yours, man. I'm James. I Just Think Different Podcast. We out. You know what I'm saying? Peace.